Welcome back, everybody. It's good to be on. It's been a long time. So I will again be doing more videos now every couple of weeks, if not sooner than that. Obviously, we're going through the end of this year, 2025, being the year of transformation, pretty much at the deepest level so far. The trilogy of the first 3 years of the feminine energy is in completion, December. And it's that sort of frequency now that the more you've been working on yourselves, and we're putting these videos out now because you've really got 3 months left to dig deeper into that self-inquiry, to expand that soul body, that everything's trying to, be acknowledged within the collective consciousness in your home being. And as I've said many times in videos, these last 3 years, the Aquarian age officially kicked off 2023, and it's the feminine energy rebirthing. And of course it takes, and things work in stages. Universe works in 3. So this first 3 years is really about destabilization in the subconscious as to why the war started, why everyone's feeling different pains, different emotions. And so 2026 is also the beginning of the first year of the next 9-year cycle. So we're ending a cycle this year. And 9 at the end, there's always going to be some form of chaos because it's a completion year. And then of course our free will is how we navigate what the universe is providing us. So yeah, of course it's been intense. People are feeling it in many ways. Disease and illness, tripling, quadrupling. There's many psychics talking about this split in Earth now. And in some ways, yes, it is. There's many sort of avenues of conversation around how this works. From what I've heard from Spirit directly, they've said, people that do not complete this 3-dimensional cycle, this gift of separation in this timeline, potentially will be evolving on another planet. But again, it's all hearsay. I do trust, obviously, Spirit. They have mentioned that Earth is coming back into her full life cycle, so she's going to shine again, as she did in the ancient days, a beacon for this whole galaxy, really, in many ways, because this is obviously one of the hardest schools. So just being incarnated now, you're very, very powerful. Very wise, and very strong, because it's very, very hard to come on this planet and lose consciousness. But we are now moving out of that gift of separation. So what's happening now is all of the 3-dimensional parallel past lifetime energy is moving into the present body. And so everything that you are experiencing right now, it's definitely, if anything, it's been augmented and is cyclical in nature. You really need to pay attention, because what's happening is, you're not creating anything new in this life, you're just resolving the 3rd-dimensional reality. So this is why everyone wanted to incarnate at this time through this transformation, because it was obviously a chance to complete this cycle, complete this gift, this experience, but also to heal. So we're not continually repeating the same old patterns. When I'm working with some clients and I look at certain issues that they've been dealing with, sometimes there's 4, 5, 6 lifetimes just on one issue, and they keep incarnating because they don't get the point, or they don't resolve it, or whatever. And a lot of the times they're unconscious of this. And this is the problem with what's happening on the planet now. It's almost like so much heaviness. And I feel, because the shadow energy had to go full swing, which is again why we see all chaos. So I feel it's quite dense. So it's hard for people to wake up. But because the consciousness on the planet has been so dense for the last 10, 15,000 years, it's been very, very hard for people to, I suppose, be intuitive to what is unconscious in their soul path, hence the repeat of patterns. But obviously, there's light codes, there's the sun is working around us. We've got a lot of beings on the planet now. And of course, there's a lot more channels coming through that are a lot clearer, because even channels back in the day were, would be stagnated through the astral plane, and there'll be misinformation and attachments, and and you see this still in the New Age movement. There's a lot of misinformation in the New Age movement, and it is again steering people on the wrong path. So this is really about being grounded now, being fully conscious in your body. Then the soul will awaken, and then you will naturally vibrate in the new frequency. It's already on the planet. You just need to shift your consciousness. It's literally to the left and right of you right now as you're sitting. The vibration is there. So you just need to clear that emotional body, clear the ancestral line, and then obviously you will naturally evolve into that, because you're already powerful, you're already perfect. There's nothing to evolve. Well, we're evolving, but there's nothing to ascend to. But you're ascended where we live in multidimensional realities. We're ascended everywhere. So what we are trying to get people to understand now is that frequency is already around you, and you just need to surrender to it. So if you're already perfect and powerful, what does that mean? It means you're just conditioned not to feel it. So all the work now is removing the layers, the conditioning. So once the conditioning is removed, you awaken to your natural self, which has been with you since you were created. So really, Spirit trying to simplify things now, trying to bring the creative consciousness into a very simplified message and model of transformation. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a live channeling now and just see what comes through. Often, people that are new to the group, obviously I used to channel them, write them and read them off, and I will still do that sometimes. But it's nice to do lives in the moment as well. Okay. So we feel humanity has hit a stopgap. Trial and tribulation, trying to understand the profundity of what is moving through, what shall we say, the meridian lines of the human body. It's the frequency untouched and unloved that we wish to bring your attention to. The failure you perceive in yourself is a direct reflection of something unresolved. And it's this unresolved issues that we wish to bring your attention to. And as we were just saying, it is the cyclical nature of your experiences that you must now be conscious of, because they are bringing to you what is unresolved, what is denied, and what is repressed. Failure to see this is failure to yourself, your soul path, and the gift of being in this body. No more lies to yourself, no more treating yourself as something less than, undeserving, unwarranted. You are a fire force on this planet, and it's time humanity awakens to their true potential. You do not seek value through product. You seek value through your feelings to reevaluate who you are, and that validates your existence on this planet. Feeling sorry for yourself will not bring you transformation. It is time to let go of the victim archetype. The denial is what suppresses your life force. That is true failure on the planet. Not listening to the consciousness that put you on this planet, that keeps your heart beating, that keeps you alive. It's the sadness that grows in human collective consciousness that is augmenting through the cellular network, and people are feeling it. And when you go out of your house and you go down the street and you go to the shops, you are feeling that collective consciousness, because what's happening is it's all expanding. It's risen. It's above ground. And this is where we want to bring your attention to. So when you walk down the street and you walk past other human beings and you start to feel different, or you notice them, just acknowledge their consciousness. Because as soon as you acknowledge their consciousness, you awaken them to something they have denied in themselves. Because if you are listening to this message, you are ready in some form to transform yourself. So the intention is set now within you to awaken humans outside of your family and friends unit. Just by being conscious of how you feel when you walk past them, acknowledging them with a nod, a smile, because it's the intention that is carried through that connection. Everyone is connected, we're all universal beings. Frequency moves through everything. Cells talk to cells. So it's about establishing your identity right now as a being ready for transformation, to take responsibility for their own health and well-being. When you validate your existence here as a being made manifest, you radiate that consciousness out through your auric field. And we have said many times that love moves through the body uninterrupted, and we have to ground that energy, and it's the cellular network that talks to other cells in other bodies. And it's the frequency of information that is passed through the cells. Too many people are tired. It's the exhaustion. And this is a ball and chain. It is holding them back, and it's holding the base chakra in servitude. It is wise now to invoke in your meditations the divine feminine energy and let it move through all of the chakras. And you can see it as magenta, because it's the feminine energy that needs to bring this frequency into the masculine energy that is lost, still fighting itself, missing that unconditional love of the mother force. And when this healing transforms in your own body, it's catalytic, because what will happen is it will start to shift the fatigue in the body. You will sit upright. Your muscles, your bones will feel better. Your clarity in your mind, the heaviness, the fatigue. You will need to work on your emotional body. No one can take away your pain but yourself. So when you feel those emotions, you must accept that they are there without resistance, without denying them, because our emotions are universal consciousness, and they are very, very intelligent, and they will not be manipulated or suppressed any longer. So you must give them reverence. You must give them your absolute unconditional love. And breath work is how you transform it. So stop the story in the mind. I'll do this next week. It'll just naturally happen. Someone will save me. I'll do that course in 6 months. No, there is only the present moment. Use these next 3 months while you're still in this transformative year to awaken what has been denied and repressed for eons. You cannot walk in your shadow any longer. The shadow is illuminated. This is why there's so much war on the planet at the moment. The shadow energy is trying to find balance in itself. It's trying to let go of that abuse of that feminine energy. So the more you bring the feminine into your body, it brings the unconditional love that a masculine energy has been craving. And this again creates alignment within your cells. So when you go out into public, you're affecting everyone around you. It's a chain effect, a domino effect, because everyone is connected. So the power lies within you to awaken your own self, which assists all of humanity. You must trust that you have the power beyond the story you have been telling yourself, because you are not your mind's voice. Your ego is in fear of something it does not understand, and it's going to fight you at the, shall we say, last gates of transformation. It's that trust to let go, because the mind needs expectation. It needs a milestone. It needs to live linear. But the soul only works in this moment. So you must surrender each day to your soul frequency. And again, that's just done through intention. when you let that energy expand through your auric field, you surrender to the consciousness that is omnipresent. We are not meant to be living in this separation any longer. We are moving back into collective consciousness, and the first port of call of that, of course, is your own soul. And your soul is a feminine frequency. It's the mother force of this human lifetime, as well as the divine feminine energy. If you seek outside of yourself, if you seek validation from others, you are denying your own self. Value must be remembered and it must be felt. Don't try and hold on to the past, because what's happening now is collective consciousness is breaking, it's shifting itself, and it's triggering all of the astral plane, it's triggering the ancestors, and everyone is trying to move through this funnel of light, shall we say, this portal, this new awakening period. It affects everyone on a non-physical level as well. But when you're in a physical body, you have the power to control this and assist those that need assistance, non-physical. So you must understand that you are a collective being. You are just an imprint of yourself, a hologram. The physical world is an illusion. It can be shaped through your thinking, your thoughts, and your feelings. Don't think this is a solid place. It's not. It's an illusion. And how you project yourself in this illusion is what manifests in front of you. So if you're struggling to get ahead, get a new job, change your relationship, create more money, and it's not happening, it's because of something inside of you that is unresolved. You can spend thousands and thousands of pounds on advertising and get a whole team around you. But if you don't believe it, if you're blocking it through trauma or denial, it will not manifest itself, because the soul will not suffer the human mind any longer without the love of its consciousness. And you don't want to go out there striving, struggling, wasting energy anymore, trying to achieve something that societal programming has conditioned you to believe that you need to achieve. And also, what is your natural skill? Just fix yourself this life. That is the purpose of most people, is to come here and resolve what has been denied. All right, guys, thank you very much. So we'll bring another message through a couple of weeks, or just when I feel it, really, and then we'll go from there. So check out the website. I know I've been on the group for a long time. Obviously, there's been a few new people, but most people know me on here. So the alignment modality, again, is running in December. We've got the live upgrade, which is a live channeling healing with spirit, which is on the 13th of October. And I'm just literally halfway through just finalising a new workshop as well, which I'll be advertising out to everyone. So everyone that's been on alignment modality, and I've got your emails, I'll send it out anyway, all that information, but I'll post it on the group as well. And of course, you've got the e-learning courses as well to look at. But it should be good. Looking forward to the 13th. It's going to be obviously a good healing, and we always have a powerful experience with them. And they always bring through, obviously, what we need in that moment, which is fantastic. So it may move from quarterly to every 2 months, and we'll see how next year goes. I'll see what people need, because obviously there's going to be a lot more chaos for the old Earth consciousness next year, because it's going to be a lot of, everything's going to sort of come up in people. So it's going to be interesting. But then, of course, obviously, people that have been working on themselves are probably going to have a much easier year, and obviously up till August it was quite intense. So these next 3 months for people, it's going to wind down a little bit. I've obviously been speaking to many of you over this since January, and it's been very, very chaotic. So I hope you're all feeling a little bit better now since September kicked in. Anyway, look forward to speaking to you all soon, and yeah, have a lovely, wonderful weekend. See you later.